Destroy the other tanks before they destroy you or your base. Sounds simple enough? It really couldn't be any simpler. No special weapons or any elaborate game design. Might strike you that BattleCity is a title to be ignored, but I promise you that's not the case. You're on your own inside BattleCity, against hordes of enemy tanks of varying strengths. The aim of each level is to seek and destroy the pre-designated number of opponents without having your base destroyed or losing all your lives. There are 35 levels in the game. There are always 20 enemies that spawn in periodically at the top of the screen for you to eliminate, although the strengths of these will increase as the levels go by. The basic enemy takes one shot, but the largest tanks take several. If your bullets hit each other, they'll cancel out, so this can be a good defense in a pinch. Any tiles that have brickwork on them can be destroyed, either by you or by an enemy in a Space Invaders kind of way. The strategy is similar to that game actually, whereby you need to balance between defense and the line of sight you need to make the shots. There are other blocks that are sturdier. If you manage to upgrade your own tank enough, you can destroy them, but the opponents will never be able to, so leaving them as cover is probably to your advantage. There'll be what I assume to be foliage, which can be driven and shot through just fine, but the view is somewhat obscured, meaning caution is needed around these. Also, there are rivers that neither you nor your enemies can cross, but can be fired over. There are pickups that freeze time, allowing you free reign over the whole arena, blasting anything that you see. Enemies will even spawn in during this time frame and still be frozen. You can gain a massive advantage here. Other pickups have a star on them. This increases the power level of your tank by 1, meaning you'll be able to fire more shots simultaneously. You'll move a bit faster, and you'll take more hits to kill. Die, however, and you're back down to the base tank. There are other pickups you'll discover too, including one which puts an invulnerable barrier around your base for a short while, and grenades that destroy every adversary on screen. How you approach BattleCity depends on the level of your tank, the amount and type of enemies, but also your own playstyle. You could go seeking enemy tanks just fine, and in the earlier levels this is probably recommended for progress's sake. Later on though, enemies become more conniving and start to seek out your base rather than you, so you need to keep the siege mentality in mind and protect what's yours. There's a handy radar that gives a rough approximation as to where the bad guys are. There's little music in the game, which is a slight letdown, but the low grumble of the tank's engine and the weapon sounds certainly make up for it with the atmosphere they bring. This is a grand example of a game that doesn't need to be flashy or complex to be damned addictive. BattleCity is an absolute romp to play through, and it blows my mind that we didn't get it here. It's not massively different to the similarly named Battle Bull, although this is surely the superior of the two. Highly, highly recommended. One of the best Japanese exclusives out there. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.